Hello everybody, welcome back to the range. Tom here, and today we're doing a junkyard build. I started off with this 73 Cheyenne pickup truck's chassis. I kind of had this laying around. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I had a bone shaker that I gotten from Paul from Diecast Graveyard, so I decided to use it, both of them. And, I already tried to do something with the bone shaker, and it didn't turn out all that great. So I went ahead and just refurbished it, and, just kind of used it for this project. And, I was trying to make a pickup truck. Well, not trying, I did. And I got this step-side bed that I got from a 53 step-side video that I did a while back. And, I kind of took bits and pieces of different builds, and that's why I call it a junkyard build. I love doing these kind of builds because it gives me, kind of free reign of stuff I want to do. I had to, of course, modify the chassis so it fit the bone shaker cab. And it was really fun to do, a lot of filing, a lot of cutting, a lot of trimming here and there, just to make sure everything would fit properly. And the final results kind of really shocked me because it turned out so well, and I was really happy with it. I had to do a lot of sanding, just make sure that the bed and the cab would, fit together and line up and, everything else. And I kind of, like I said, I took parts of different vehicles and I made one truck. And I really like how it turned out. I didn't do like a rat rod kind of setup, but it's starting to look like one. I got it to where it's fitting and the interior's fitting. Everything's kind of coming together. And the thing is with this bed, it's got a little space for a spare tire on the side of the bed, and I kind of use that later on down in the video. I'm just wanting to make sure that everything's going to fit before I start working on other items. I had to file down some areas. I had to sand up some areas, or sand up, you know what I mean. I was really... The base just wasn't sitting on there correctly right off the bat, but I ended up getting it to fit just fine because it was something to do with the interior that was causing it. And I had to do a lot of sanding, filing, smoothing out, the whole 9 yards. I put a firewall up so it blocks, because I was going to be putting an engine in it, and it was just going to stick out. It wasn't going to have no hood covering it or nothing like that. I was just going to have it out where everybody could see it. And the engine you see me mocking up with is not the one I end up using for the final result. I ended up changing out the engine because I kind of messed up the paint on the engine I was using for mock-up. So I took one of the older engines I already had painted up and looked good, and just added exhaust to it. And even though none of these are technically supposed to line up, they lined up perfectly, and the chassis rolls. And I was just really focused on getting this project done. I didn't realize how good it went together. And you see me here, I'm kind of trimming the engine a little bit of I don't remember what it's called, but I'm just trimming it up so it'll fit in the little groove up at the front of the chassis. And then I end up gluing the actual engine to the firewall so they go together. And everything just went together so well, and I couldn't complain. I ended up changing the tires out because I only had 4 of these, and I wanted 5 tires of the same kind, so I could put the spare on the side of the bed. And I'm lucky enough I had 2 sets of tires that I could do that with, and that's what I used them for. And I didn't do anything like fancy with the paint. I just added some decals and stuff, but You know, the paint was something I did a custom color I make stuff together, so it's just something different. And, you know, like I said, I did not go haywire with it, even though I wanted to do like a two-tone style paint job. I just decided to go one solid color. And, you know, those who do these junkyard builds, and that's what I call them, you know, people might call them other scrapyard builds or something like that. But if you got some scrapyard builds, junkyard builds that, you know, you just want to just test out, because I'll be doing another one eventually, and just throw it out there. I might end up using a bed of a pickup truck and attaching it to a car. I don't know, making my own style El Camino or Ranchero or whatever you call it. Just something, maybe in my own little Baja truck, a little off-road vehicle or something. I don't know yet, but hey, there's an idea. And, you know, I got a lot of people, you know, out there that supports my channel, and I really hope y'all like this one, because I really do. And, you know, I got so many parts just laying around. And Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop, he's always saying don't throw stuff away. And I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I got a box just full of parts. You know, I got this bumper from a 73 Cheyenne, you know, not the truck that I took this chassis from, but a different one. And just it's amazing what you could do with parts that you got. You know, I got this front grill with headlights. I don't remember what it came off of. I just know it came off of like one of my old rat rod builds or something. I don't know for sure what it exactly came off of, but I thought it looked good with this, so I just left it on there. And, you know, everything just kind of seemed to just be flowing. I had like 4 different beds I could have used for this, but the one that actually seemed like it would look like it would go with this style cab was this step side bed. And like I said, you know, earlier on video, one of my earliest videos, that I was doing a step side, and, you know, I turned it into a flatbed. But, you know, like I said, I make my own exhaust, and, you know, I really enjoyed just showing everybody what I can do. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for further notifications. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there from different parts of the country, different parts of the world, that does these, and, you know, they're great builders. And, you know, I'm still trying to learn certain things. Y'all know about my gasser builds. I'm going to be doing a line of gassers, and I've already got one completely painted. I'm just waiting to paint the interior and just wrap it all together, because number 1 of 12 is going to Paul at Diecast Graveyard, because he sent me like a bunch of gasser castings. So the least I could do is, you know, send him a final product, a final gasser design, because Paul has been great through these past couple weeks and months. You know, he's kept me in contact. He's given me advice on my videos. He's given me advice on stuff that, you know, I could do better, or I could, you know, touch up on. And you know what? I'm not one of these guys that I get butthurt about somebody giving me advice on stuff. I actually enjoy it, because Paul's been doing this a lot longer than I have. And same with Keith from Outlaw Speed Shop. You know, Keith's got this race thing going now. You know, my name's been entered, although I lost round 1, but it's okay. No big deal. But at least he's got me at one of my favorite cars, a Chevy Camaro. And, you know, here's what everything looks like without paint on it. And honestly, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like they were meant to go together, honestly. You know, and like I said, this engine's not the one I end up using in the final result, because, you know, like I said, I had a problem with paint and I just couldn't get it fixed, so I just said screw it and went to another engine I had just laying around. And I was originally going to put review mirrors on the sides, but they ended up not working out. They ended up breaking off, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just leave them off and just keep it that way, because it looks better without them, I think. I didn't go fancy with decals everywhere. I just put 2 decals, one on the tailgate and one on the back of the cab, and that was enough for me, because I did a lot of I can't really say I did a lot of custom parts, but I modified a lot of parts, if that makes any sense. And, I'm wanting to get this build done so I can go ahead and start working on the November 4 Horsemen build, sorry. And, the Pagani Hyra or Wyra, or however it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering the crap out of it, but, it happens. I'll probably butcher it more in the video. But, I'm going to start working on that one as soon as this one's uploaded, and I can't wait. I already got ideas and colors and decals and stuff like that I'm going to be using for it. I'm going to go simple with it. I don't need to go crazy with it, that's for sure, because, it all depends on how the decals are going to fit on it. I think that's the biggest thing, is just making sure that the decals I have, because I don't know if they're going to work with the body lines, but I'll make it work. I'll figure it out. And that's what we do. It's a trial and error. Everything we do when it comes to custom builds is just nothing but trial and error. I have a few more stickers of my logo. If anybody wants one that hasn't already got one, just let me know in the comments, or shoot me a message on Instagram if you got Instagram. And, I'll get one sent out to you. I don't have a problem. I'm not asking anything for price-wise or nothing. I'm just giving them out for free. And, who knows? Like I said in my last video, if you know anybody that wants one of my customs that, just don't know how to throw their name out there or something, just let me know in the comments. Shoot me a message on Instagram. This is what's funny on a back. What I'm using for the back bumper is a front grille setup of it was a Chevy pickup. That what I ended up doing was, putting it in an oven cleaner, stripping, getting all the chrome off of it, and then painted the headlights red to use them for taillights. And honestly, I think it went really well. And like I said, that's the thing about Junkyard builds. They're like rat rod builds. The thing with, like me, you can make it look like a show car or a rat rod. That's the way I see it as Junkyard builds. And I went show car with mine because I just wanted to take a minute from the rat rods and actually do something nice with one of my Junkyard builds. And it turned out so much better than I was expecting. And, I was really happy with it. And, it made me feel good because it was definitely case worthy. It definitely was. I ended up putting it into a case after I was done clear coating it and it dried and everything. So it's sitting up in a case right now. And, just kind of sitting on my shelf. And eventually I'll show you all the ones I have in cases. I'm probably going to go through them all and pick out which ones I'm going to redo. And, who knows? I might just leave them as is. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Right now I'm taking my steel wool and I'm kind of just scuffing up the bed, making sure everything goes well. I'm trying to cut off what was plastic, or the plastic piece of what was left of the wheel holder on the bed. And, that you just seen was the drive shafts for the chassis. They were plastic, and I figured out how to take them off before I dropped them in the gun oil. I would say let's see what we started with, but instead we're going to skip to the final result. and I'll see you next time at the range.